السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. يا طلاب العلم كيف حالكم؟ Inshallah ta'ala, we will continue with episode 3 of the introduction to studying with Al-Madrasatu Al-Umariyya. So inshallah ta'ala, this no doubt again is a summary. You have to go watch the full video to understand everything in detail. But in general, I like to add a few things that the Shaykh mentions and highlight a few things. So firstly, the Shaykh, he mentions, basically he wants to speak about why this madrasa is different and what you get out of it. The first thing is that it is online. It is online. I mentioned in the overview that essentially it just is a lot of videos. There are videos and you have to go through them by yourself. And it is self-paced. And there's no requirement you have to be in sessions in this time or in that time or for a certain amount of time. You can scale it down if you become busy. You can scale it up if you become free. So it's online. So it's these sorts of barriers of, for example, getting accepted to a university or having specific times for classes. These are not there for this madrasa. Now, the second and one of the most important things is that it goes through a comprehensive syllabus of classical texts. So something that is special about this madrasa is that they give you the perception of the Sharia, the full perception as the ulama will look at it. And it's something we see in some any programs or madaris or something like this, is that they will just give you, like, for example, they will not go through a classical text, or if they do, they will go through one chapter, two chapters, maybe through the end a little bit, and then skip it and then go to the next book, right? So al-madrasa al-umariyya, it's not like this, and this is also not the classical way to study. We will go start from the beginning all the way to the end, take it properly as the ulama intended to. They wrote these books for these reasons, for you to start and then go to the end. This is the tariqah, the method that they take. One other thing also is that they give you a tasawwur, a perception of all of the fields. In some madaris you see, they will teach you, but they only teach you basic masail from the book, basic issues from the book. This ruling is this is ruling is this, we believe in this, we believe in that. They do not give you the history of this field, the fadail of this field, the who started this field, who are the major ulama in this field, what are the major books in this field, how did this field develop. And you see that when people just learn the basic things with the field, they don't understand the history and the development and the ulama and the principles of the field. They have something missing. One thing Ustad Abdurrahman Hassan, he was mentioning before, when he was doing some research in the qira'at, he was asking one of his teachers that there was some confusion, there was some issue. Basically, he had some ulama of qira'at, they were saying one thing, and there were some other ulama that were saying another thing. So he said he became confused, he couldn't figure it out what the issue was. And he asked his teacher, what is this issue? How can I get out of this? And his teacher informed him that the way that you are looking at it is incorrect. Why? Because if you just think, okay, an alim said this or an alim said this, you don't understand who these people are, then the statement of a person who's mutakhassis, who is specialized in this field, he devoted his life into this field, he's a major bona fide scholar in this field particularly, if you're equating his statement and his opinion to somebody who is not that strong in this field, then of course you are going to be confused, because you don't understand how to balance between statements of ulama. you don't understand who these two ulama are, right? If you don't understand these principles, and these principles, they don't just come with, okay, it's some asl you read in a book. It's something you need to understand. How was this book written? Some ulama, they describe of Imam al-Nawawi's work, what pen was it written in? What was the perspective of Imam al-Nawawi when he was writing this book? And so this something that's very beneficial in this madrasa that the teachers really emphasize are on principles, the history, development, understanding it, being rusukh, being grounded in knowledge. Not just, oh, okay, I learned this mas'ala in a book and I read it and then that's it. Or I learned this and I learned the evidence and that's it. Just one sheikh, he said, that's it. Without understanding the history, the development, the ulama, the principles, the levels to issues. So something very, very beneficial in this madrasa is grounding you in classical knowledge and grounding you in the Salaf al-Salih, the very early ulama, in their way, in their method. Not just in its place, it's okay, but not just taking teacher's notes or basic notes or very contemporary works and just relying upon those, but rather taking a classical method. SubhanAllah, when you learn more, you'll realize how beautiful that this is. Also, Arabic is, and we'll speak about Arabic. Also, part of this being grounded is tarbiyah, being patient, knowing how to speak, knowing how to carry yourself. علم is العلم ليس بكثرة الروايات. Ilm is not just having a lot of riwayat, as Imam Malik said. It's about how to act upon it. And you see it very, very clearly that they care very, very much on how you act. And when you listen to them, if you don't skip it, if you listen to them and internalize what they're saying, you will see yourself changing. You will see yourself changing. You will see yourself taking yourself more seriously, taking the ilm more seriously. Because they really love to develop you. For you to practice upon it, learn upon it, be patient upon it, inshallah ta'ala. And also, with this, the Shaykh, he mentions an athar of Muhammad ibn Sirin that's found in the Muqaddimah of Sahih Muslim. One note about the Muqaddimah of Sahih Muslim is what the ulama and what our teachers, they mention, is that Sahih Muslim, every hadith in there is Sahih, right? Generally, you don't really check the narrations and stuff. But the Muqaddimah, the introduction, Muqaddimah means introduction. The Muqaddimah, it doesn't fall under the Sahih. It's technically separate. So for these ones, it's not necessarily always agreed upon, Sahih. It's not necessarily the case. But for this case, it should be, inshallah ta'ala, it's a statement of Ibn Sirin. That was just a little fa'idah of the Muqaddimah Sahih Muslim, but this is a statement of Ibn Sirin that is found in the Muqaddimah. Ibn Sirin said, إِنَّ هَذَا الْعِلْمَ دِينٌ فَانظُرُوا عَمَّنْ تَأْخُذُونَ دِينَكُمْ. And if you look in the introduction, you find it very easily, of Sahih Muslim. And the statement is, this ilm is your deen, it's your religion, this knowledge is your life. So look at who you're taking it from. Be careful who you're taking it from. No doubt. Also, the Shaykh, he does mention many more beneficial things besides this. One thing I will say that I forgot to mention when we speak about how comprehensive the course is, and that they go through classical texts, and alhamdulillah, inshallah ta'ala, the teachers we have are grounded in knowledge, is that we can suffice ourselves with the madrasa. We should not be a person that starts this madrasa and then gets impatient, look at some other sheikh, some other ustad, take what they say, then leave this madrasa, go to them, and then from there get a bit bored, start al-wasitiyya, start aqidah al-wasitiyya, and then say, oh, I want to do tadrumiyya, tadburiyya, or al-tahawiyya, or oh, I want to start fiqh, and going from here and there, and not being grounded. And my advice is that this madrasa, it starts from the bottom, it goes all the way up. We don't want to be like the people that wherever the wind blows, we get taken. So my advice is, you can't suffice yourself with not listening to any other da'i. And I'm not saying this that you shouldn't listen to any other du'at, but I say this because you do not want to get confused with so many different things. If you're on one path, be patient and take that one path. Naam? Otherwise, a person gets confused. A person runs into issues. If you are trying to go onto one path, but then you're looking up and you're seeing 50 different opinions of 50 different other people, you seek knowledge this way, seek knowledge that way, do it this way, read this book first, read that book first. You get 50 different opinions, no doubt you're going to be confused. And no doubt you won't go anywhere. Right? So my advice to everybody is that if you stick to AMAU, stick to it. Do not start doing all these different things here and there. Stick to it, study it, put your time into it, and you'll see how far you go, as opposed to those people who will jump from one madrasa to another teacher, and become confused. Barakallahu fikum. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك الله وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.